I want to believe we go this way. I want to believe we go this way. I want to also believe that those who are far and near will get to join us right now. Yeah. I'm bringing you greetings from Ghana, Accra, Sotum to be specific, and of course, from the studios of Samiflex TV, where on every Sunday evening between the hours of 7 p.m. then to about 9 somewhere, we try to connect with the good people all over the world to talk about happenings in showbiz, Ghana in focus at large, and the world as well. So if it is 7, I think today I've delayed a little bit. It is because I was trying to get some settings right so nobody will come and disturb the show. That is what I was trying to do, to make sure I get some settings right so nobody will come and disturb our show. And thank God I have been able to get that setting right. So I hope that we are able to go the way we have to go. So if you are there, remember that Sammy Flex Connect is finally here. At least we are about 21 minutes late. So I'll make sure I'll put in this 21 minutes as well. We will reclaim the 21 minutes at the end of the show. So maybe instead of 7 to 9 p.m., we can do like 7 to 9:30 just to make sure we reclaim what we have lost due to my lateness. And my lateness was not intentional. As I've told you, I was trying to fix something so we can have a smooth show. When the calls keep coming like that, they destroy the flow of the show. So I was trying to fix that so we don't have any problem at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening. Thanks for joining me. If you are here, I encourage you to be a part of it. Everybody is welcome. In fact, everybody's opinion is needed as much as this particular conversation is concerned. And I want you to be a part of it as well. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to be part of my show here on Samiflex TV. This show is for everybody. This show is not for Samiflex alone. Neither is it for Samiflex staff alone. It is for the world. So we say we are encouraging you to be a part of it, whether you are near or you are far. Now, let me drop the topic for today. So, with no time, we just zoom into real action, then we start talking. Today, we're going to look at how we can stop the high level of the seeming negativity in our entertainment industry. And I was I just saw a comment from SKP Anokwa who says that this program is becoming an addiction to him. Um, okay, so here today, Samiflex TV, those who have subscribed today will be able to join. Well, that is what my manager is saying. I think I saw a notification like that. So yes, I was about introducing the topic when I saw SKP Abakwa's comment, and I couldn't keep calm with it because he said this program has become an addiction to him, and he always wants to be a part of it. So I'm happy that today we are here and he's also alive to be part of it. Now, let me just go straight to introduce this broad topic that we have because for the past days, looks like many artists are not too happy with how things are going in our industry. We see them commenting on the Twitter platform. We see them making posts on it on social media platforms. We see them going for interviews and talking about it and saying that when it comes to our media space, looks like the level of negativity is swallowing them. The level of negativity in our showbiz space is actually killing them. So today, I want us to treat this topic and any other topic. Like I'm saying, I'll bring this topic and any other topic that we can also consider that is fair. Now, the main issue is that how can we stop the high level of negativity in our showbiz space here in Ghana? And don't mind, maybe I'll be part, maybe I am part, maybe I am not. But I want us to look at the whole industry in perspective, because I keep telling you that as much as I think as media people or people in the fraternity, we can critique these showbiz people, I always say that we have to do it respectfully. They are not beyond reproach, they are not beyond criticism. But how we do it matters a lot, or how we do it means a lot. That is why today I want us to spend some time look at this particular topic. How can we reduce the level of negativity in our showbiz space? This is very, very important to me, and I want everybody to be a part of it. There seems to be so much negativity in our showbiz space. And let me be very fair and say that sometimes it is not even from one side. Sometimes it is from artists to the media to artists, sometimes even about the consumers, aka fans. Sometimes some of them are even part of it. So I'm here asking that how do we as an industry keep this high level of negativity in our showbiz space? Because one, if you allow it to continue, if you allow it to persist, what it means is that we are all going to be affected one way or the other. If you allow it to persist, what it means is that the kind of growth that we are supposed to see, we won't see it. The other day, Stoneboy was on Twitter Spaces with Belamundi. He talked about it, that the way fans, media people, even among themselves as artists, how they are pushing the negative agenda, it is not helping their growth. Shatta Wale has been saying the same thing umpteen times. Yesterday on United Showbiz, Amrado was there. And Amrado also said the same thing or re echoed the same thing, that there seems to be so much negativity in our showbiz space, and everybody is talking about it. Even the other day, Familia went ahead to say it is even depressing and frustrating artists. That's what Familia said. That the kind of negative energy our people are pushing out there, it is depressing and frustrating the artists. Not long ago on Twitter Spaces, a gentleman called Firestick was handling our people the disrespectful manner or the disrespectful way, insulting them left, right, and center. In fact, it was really awful, if you ask me. It was really awful, and such a thing should not be encouraged in this space. Such a thing should not be encouraged at all. We should try as much as possible to discourage some of these things. It's not healthy, it's not a good practice. How do we, as an industry, players together, consumers, fans alike, how can we all come together to make sure this high level of negativity is brought down to the minimum level? How do we do this? It is a worry to me, and I know it is a worry to so many people. Today, I've received so many voice notes, calls from people who have been following the space and who think that the way the industry is full of negativity, this one saying this one saying that all the time, it's not healthy for us. I hear them saying that, I see them saying that. And until we spend some time to kill this, it will not help us. So, this will be the main agenda for today. Then I know there are some people who have also interesting topics that they would want to bring on board for discussion. I know there are some people who have some things on their chest that they would want to clear. You guys also have the opportunity to bring them up so we can all, in unison, kill this. In the next minute, Chamo will be putting on the link so we can start vibing. Let's see how best today we can make our conversation as short as possible. I'm sure sometimes we allow too much time for one person. So let's see. So what we will do is you come and make it brief. If you go and there's nobody coming and you want to come again, that's fine. But let's see how brief we can put out these points and we can all grow together in this particular space. This is Sammy Flex Connect. We are good to go. Chamo can, okay, so the link is ready now. The link is ready now, and Shatta Kobe is the first one. Today he has beaten Osara to it. Shatta Kobe has beaten Osara to it to be the first one today.
Hey,
Rah!
anyway,
And then watch out Osara, watch out Osara.
yeah.
Very well, very well, very well. Now, I like the chairman and Sherry, and I watch it then.
You do
Ah, oh, do I? Hey, because what shall I do for it? Ah, that's fine. Right, welcome, 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 welcome.
Yeah.
Nyamiadum, nyamiadum,
Nice, nice.
nyamiadum.
How was the kids' birthday? You know,
Oh yeah, yesterday she had a good time with her sisters.
oh, that's nice.
Fresh and
That's nice.
quiet down. Down, fresh and quiet.
That's nice. That's nice. Well,
I know, bro.
let's move to the topic.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well,
This and any other topic. Mm.
I'm coming. I'll do other topics. I think we need to talk about. First one is
Okay.
the panditry thing. You know, what kind? I want to set who is a pandit, an
Mm-hmm.
expert person in a particular field or sector that gives
Mm-hmm.
opinion. That's I mean.
Mm-hmm.
If you move around many programs in this industry, I mean, sure, 60% are just pedestrians.
Mm.
They have no knowledge. They have no idea. They have nothing. Just because, oh, he's a friend to maybe the host. Near friend Abba.
Mm.
So, Anya sa,
Keep talking, keep talking. I'm coming. I'm listening. Mm-hmm.
so Anya sa, how would Salman gain? How would Salman have the audacity to sit on platforms and talk trash about artists?
Mm-hmm.
How?
But Kobe, I want to disagree with you on that point too.
That's I mean, I know he was
Um,
once a planet of yours, but you understand me?
not. In fact, the problem is not even she being once a pandit on mine.
Yeah.
If we are talking about the stakeholders in our entertainment
Mm,
fraternity,
mm, mm.
Sally is a key stakeholder. Sally is actually an event person. She does
Yeah, I
events.
know, She does
Aha.
the beauty,
So
the decos and other things and
she does
protocols.
events.
I know.
Exactly. She does events. So if we are talking about who played in the industry,
Mhm.
as much as, of course, we might not like some of her ways, I wouldn't want anybody to take that away from her as well.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get me?
You see, when that's what I said with a specific. That's why I quoted the planetary definition with a specific
Mm-hmm.
idea. So when you go
Mm-hmm.
to the protocols of an event, give it to her. She's better at it.
Okay.
But aside that, because I think last week, nah, on the Kenya argument be or Adum TV, and it was sad.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It was not almost about music data, and she, she was saying nothing, but it makes no sense. And you
Mm.
see, Basam, I don't blame them. I blame the program managers of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yesterday it was sad. Ola sat on
Yesterday.
UT, yes,
Okay, okay. You
Ola
want to say
sat on
another thing?
UTV.
Uh-huh.
All he said, Shatta Wale may be having mental disorder. I was expecting for to say, no, Ola, retract the word. Father and carry.
Why
I mean,
was father on the show? Why were you expecting father to say that?
Factor is the program's manager that I know.
But father was not on the set for him to say that. So
So that is why they have the talking thing in your ears. That
uh,
so
uh,
if the
uh, no, wait. Father was not on set. So even if father said that, you wouldn't know because father only speaks to the
Miss
host,
G,
Miss
yes.
G.
Uh-huh.
Aha. And you see, we are not even too sure whether father is always there.
But I mean, check their point. Check their
No,
credits.
yeah. For the credit, it could be there.
Mhm.
For the credit, it could be there that executive producer Father Dixon.
Uh-huh.
But executive producer is not always in the studio for the show. He can be anywhere for the show to happen. He's just the executive producer. Executive producer simply means the person who spends on the show, the person who does the financing on the show.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
his position.
Mhm.
There are real producers out there who are in the studio, who are at the MCR, who will be talking to. So the right person I want you to say should have called for a retraction of that statement. It's not father. That's all I want to say. But
Okay,
father
okay. I
is
get
not
you.
a
Yeah,
father is not a
I get you.
person.
I get you.
You can lay that claim, you can lay that blame on Miss G to say, oh, Miss G should have told or could have told him to retract, but not father per se.
I get you. But
Good.
so the man went on. Even Logic had said no, let that guy retract. Still,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a joke now. It's like now UTV now sits there and don't be a naya just to bring artists down.
Mm-hmm.
And we tell them go and through the two arena with what investor? No, we don't investor. No. But
Mm-hmm.
because if I'm an investor and I see this program, surprise me, I won't do so.
Mm.
Because
Mm.
already, Brassam, already the industry lacks structure.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like an angel investor
Mm-hmm.
because the Gamble and Yejuma
Mm-hmm.
sponsorship is almost down in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no even deal to say, okay, my artist will gain maybe a deal with maybe MTN or whatever. Even worse.
Mm-hmm.
So all that's going on is like, okay, let me just dash out the money.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of the programs to now sit and say programs, okay, let's now find an agenda. I think it's because there's no agenda. That is why this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
If there's an agenda, that's what I mean. We are here in Nigeria. Within the last two years, copyright law has been passed, amended.
Mm-hmm.
60%, 90% Nigerian music. All these things were being brought up by their programs. Master, I keep on asking you, Seb, tell me one thing the industry entertainment show has brought to the industry. None. None.
Mm.
And it's sad, Master. I mean,
I doubt it is none. I doubt it is none.
give me one policy.
Oh, you mean policy?
Yes.
Oh, for policies, I know policies they are supposed to be formulated by government and not the entertainment shows. So
No. You see, Master, you see, that's why
no
that's
policies
why.
policies in the art space should be formulated by government and not. I don't know if you meant entertainment shows or you mean the government or the state, because for entertainment shows they don't formulate policies.
No,
That's the
no,
fact.
no. I'm coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they call their pressure groups. They make
Mm-hmm.
sure that government implements policies. How?
Okay.
By hitting hard at the governments. True or
Mm-hmm.
false?
Yeah, but that there are some few organizations who have been doing that in Ghana.
Five pack.
There no not five Focus.
Fuck up, yeah,
Focus.
fuck up.
Yes, Focus and Co. Kwajo Preko Dankwa
Kojo,
and his
Kojo,
people.
in
Yeah,
a form.
in
I know,
Okajapon, they have been pushing.
but
They have been pushing. Just that in Ghana, the government or the people who are in power or those who are at the top of affairs, they are just stubborn. They don't even listen to us
last
when
one,
we cry.
I disagree with you because you see,
Okay.
we sit in Ghana, we know how Ghana, unless you give it pressure, almost you. We see how they
Mm-hmm.
listen to the lawyers, the doctors. Why there's a pressure,
Mm-hmm.
but like when we are too relaxed, too focused on Ajabi to acquire the talk. Like I mean, these flippant discussions.
So these are the things I want us to look at as to how we can bring them down. But you see, Kobe, sometimes it is hard not to even do those things. Sometimes it is hard not to do those things. Don't you think that me, Sammy, like I can open my channel like I've done and
Mhm.
start insulting every artist?
But you see, what's the
But no,
goal?
I'm coming on. What I mean is that don't you think I can do that?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I know you can.
I can do that. And let me start doing that right now. You see my numbers. Aha. Because Sammy Flex is insulting people.
It's true.
Everybody will come and check who Sammy Flex is about to insult next.
Mhm. It's true.
So that's why I want us to have this discussion that in trying to stop the level of negativity in this industry, is it even the problem of the media or the consumers? Because
Both.
look at the kind of education sometimes we share on this our platform.
Mhm.
How many people will see it? Some people even use it to tease me or mock at me.
Yeah.
Sammy Flex TV have 147 deben, but you look at your numbers. But me,
You try.
I still understand that I have a task. My task is not to destroy. My task is to protect. But someone gets a channel or a platform and he doesn't care what he or she is saying. It is just a matter of throwing shades and insulting everybody, like the way that other day Firestick was talking. He has gathered people like minds, and they were insulting artists. Were Jimmy, artist Jimmy, and Jimmy Oyeklasini. Hey, how?
But I'm surprised. I'm
No,
not
I
surprised
no.
because
Sometimes I get dumbfounded. Like, how?
No. I'm not surprised because if they see UTV, they'll be encouraged to do so. If they see Ola Michael, I mean, if Ola Michael sits on national TV and can denigrate artists, then fire stick on you, Twitter is a child's play for him. Well, if huge platforms sits down to discuss Hajia Bintu's Botos, I mean, going to Twitter and discussing about these things are just nothing but common thing. You get it? So until the industry begins to bring up important conversations, I always blame this thing at the doorsteps of the program's managers. Pass me.
Okay.
Those are the we can't
But
we
the
can,
program's managers are also looking for numbers, Kobe. That is what is sad.
exactly my point. It is here numbers now. So now they will bring the noise makers like the Sadiman to make the. Let me make an example. So when Ola Michael said that Shatta Wale may be suffering from mental disorder, guess what? Next 2 minutes, UTV post Shatta Wale suffers from what for attractions, for numbers. Why? They want customers, they want adverts. So until we sit down, Nigeria used to be saying, right? I mean, they will come to Ghana, suffer same. Until the heads now start to say, okay, what can we do? Let's bring policies. Let's introduce blah 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 blah. Until there's a certain, Pastor, these things cannot happen. Why? You must create an agenda. You can't be doing this and maybe other programs doing that. In fact, so until there is a paradigm shift of a mindset, it won't happen. Let's forget it. Let's forget it. That's why Wale was saying that the industry needs to sit down at the round table.
Okay.
But as Sam said, Bako can't be obi fat.
Mm-hmm.
Bako can't be obi fat. So let's do our things the way we want to do it.
Okay.
To cut it down, things like bringing proper discourse on radio, the rest of it will be a very difficult thing to do because now I say I, I'm- I see no hope. I say why if the main station that are supposed to engineer this conversations are talking about peanut issues, personally, then the substations, what would they do? If the UTVs who are supposed to be the captains of the programs, I will sit down and call an artist a brand, personally, a brand as a lunatic, personally, where are you going to?
All right, Kobe, wrap up. You've done
So
10 minutes.
yeah. So that's I'm feeling something. I mean, the Empire deals with the Ghanaian artists. Like I'm studying them and I'm like, if they sign the Nigerian artists, it goes fast. They begin to fast. I'm saying for now. TD is signed the Kwame Eugene is signed the yeah talk. That's me. Except I'm like at least people sign. What are their contracts? That's
Yeah.
I think that we need to discuss about that because Empire for we see the flow.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And personally, I'm also feeling exactly how you are feeling.
Yeah.
That some of our people, the way we expected them to go after signing on to these guys, we are not seeing it.
No.
But until we see the details in their contract,
That's the
it
point.
will be hard. It will be hard for us to do reviews on it because one, if the details in their contracts are what is being done, we cannot complain. Maybe the details in their contracts, because I know whatever they've signed with them is not a 360 agreement kind of signing.
Yeah.
It is maybe 180 or something. So
But
we don't know. We don't, same with the Nigerians. That's what I'm saying. In all, we don't know. We are just assuming. In all, we are not too sure what exactly is on paper. When we know what is on paper, I believe we can all do this discussion. Maybe we have to keep monitoring because personally, for some time, I'm not feeling the growth of some artists who have signed on to these labels. Yes, personally, I'm not too sure about their growth, and I wish that most of them will do better than they are going now. So it is a good point. Let's keep watching, let's keep following and see if one day we get an opportunity to enter into what they signed, then we can have a discussion.
I think it needs to be talked about because let me give one example. when Ashake bought O2 Arena, everywhere was flooded with Ashake's YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, everywhere. But if our boys are coming here, there's no commercials. There's no. I watch BBC interview with Ashake promoting the show. I think let's talk about that because so
we will.
So
We will. Thank you. Be on the lookout. If the line is free, you can enter again. I know you have some more things to say. Thank you, bro. Well, so we are just on the go now. We are looking at how we can kill negativity in our industry. Whether we have to blame the media, we have to blame fans, we have to blame the artists, and what should be done? What is the solution to get this sorted so we can have a peaceful and a developing entertainment industry? That is what we are doing today. So that is the main topic. Then other topics can also come through. Then we do some more. Mr. Pierre is in France. Bra, Akwaba.
Baby
Aboko wa hapa.
Yo. Me masa when say me to me who say why na me mo.
Ahead. That is why today I want us to discuss it. Then what I know, I would also share. Then what you guys who are also behind it, or what you guys who are far also want to know, no, then I tell you. Then we see where is the problem coming from actually.
Yeah,
where is the problem coming from?
Because now no, we don't know if it's the entertainment industry or is the problem of the media. Because in the entertainment, not all of them are in the media space. We have managers, artist managers, we have investors, and we have the media men. But for me, for now, I think the media is not helping.
Is that Pierre? Hold on. Hold on for me.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm if I sort it out.
Je suis au téléphone, on parle pas. Yeah, hello?
Mr. Pierre, Maba.
Okay.
Thank
because what happened yesterday at UTV? It was very pathetic. A topic was given, and someone decided to deviate. And you could see the whole thing was a planting between the host and the pundit.
How do you know it was a planting?
Yes, because you gave a topic. Someone brought a piece of note or started reading it.
Someone read note.
Yeah, Ola Michael.
So it means he researched on the topic on board before coming. That is what it means. If you brought notes.
But yeah, he brought a note. So he researched. He started reading. And what was reading was not about what we were discussing. Because we were discussing about someone's tweet. And this guy has gone to research for another thing. I don't know if he is a medical doctor or I don't know. And you could not even interject to tell the person what you are reading is not part of the topic.
The agenda.
And you allowed it to go on. And this guy said, Shatta be having a mental disorder or something like that.
Yeah.
And one of the pundits, Dr. Logic, was asking Miss G, what this guy is saying is serious. He has to retract. And she also echoed it. Ola said, it's maybe so, it can go. That is why I said it's a planting. And me, if I'm an investor, And I hear the industry, those who are saying they are the gatekeepers, saying so and so artist is having a mental disorder. Do you think I'm going to invest in such an artist?
You wouldn't want to work with a mad person.
Yeah, because the person is sick. So how would I go and then work with that person? Later on, the same people will turn around and say the artists are not doing well. Okay, what Shatta said, comparing the two industries, is it not the public knowledge? Is it the media have been saying that already before Shatta said it? That the Nigerian artists are up there. They even always compare them to the Ghanaian artists. So Shatta Wale said what the media have been saying all the time. So even this was opportunity for the media to clap for Shatta Wale for saying what they have been saying. But now they have turned against him for saying he's the problem of the industry. His fellow artists. And what Shatta said, what Shatta compared to industries, how does individual artists come in? He did not mention artists. And ever since these guys are on top, I haven't, if I'm mistaken, someone should tell me, I haven't seen Shatta Wale talking about his colleagues. He hasn't mentioned anyone. He hasn't mocked anyone that they are performing to 200 people. He hasn't. He just
that one, he hasn't said it's true. He hasn't said anything about it.
He just congratulated someone. And he said their industry is bigger than ours. Now they've changed the narrative, saying he's mocking his fellow colleagues just to attract public sympathy. And now this is the narrative that he's mocking the others, but he said that. And Shatta Wale is part of the industry. So when he said the Nigerians are big, are far gone, it is true.
Fact.
When Shatta Wale was beefing the Nigerians for saying that their colleagues in Nigerians are not supporting them, these same gatekeepers from Ghana were condemning Shatta Wale for beefing the Nigerians instead of begging them to help him. So now, Shatta come back and congratulate a Nigerian too. Now it has become another problem. So which is which now?
What do they want him to do?
Yes. There's this Ola, same person. When Shatta filled the stadium, he came on air. Ola said Shatta did not fill the stadium. I watched him. He said it. He said there were spaces. And even how much did he charge? Recently, Beyonce was in London. He played the Already song, which he featured Shatta. Ola Michael was on his show mocking at Shatta Wale that Beyonce did not sing his verse. I heard it. So you have the audacity to come on air to discredit people. But when they come back at you people, then you give them names. They have mental disorders. They don't respect. Keeping on disrespecting artists, and I think it's a no-no. So I think the industry, I don't know the industry. If not, you people have to sit down and then change some things, because the media, I think they are the cause of the Ghana industry. Some of them, I will not say everybody, but most of them. And if this narrative doesn't change, I don't think Ghanaian artists will go far. It will remain the same way. Maybe if our care is not taken, we are going to sink the more.
Good point.
Okay, so this is what I want to say for now.
Thank you, Mr. Apia. Thank you so much. Mr. Apia has also made a very succinct point, and we are still looking for how best we can kill the negativity in our showbiz space. At least today, I'm trying to give maximum of 10 minutes to every speaker. No speaker will do more than 10 minutes. So the moment you come now, then I time you. So SKP Anokwa is starting at 7:55.
Oh, bro, man, look, let me tell you something. I like the fact that you started with me. That's so good.
I know, right? I know,
So,
right?
hey, how have you been, man?
Welcome. I'm good. I'm
Thank
good.
you,
I'm
thank
good.
you.
The weekend was
It
good.
look, it looks like you've been busy lately.
Oh yeah. Running up and down like that. That is a
Yeah,
cry. And the additional job I've added to my job makes it even more busier. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's really good. And I'm out to say that we appreciate the fact that you take time from your busy schedule to do this, connecting. And like I
Yeah,
said, it looks like we've been getting addicted to this program because
I
by the
know.
time it's already two, we're already checking our phones and be looking for you all over the place. Like,
I
where's
know.
Sammy? Sometimes, sometimes forget that, you're a family man and you're a working person at the same time, and the weekend it's for you to rest as well. But hey,
Yeah.
we might have to say, we really appreciate the fact that you're doing this. So thank you so much for that and for giving us your time.
Welcome, Anokwa. No,
Right.
welcome. Mm.
Hey, hey, based on the question that you asked,
Mm-hmm.
let's from my point of view, let's go back to basics and
Mm-hmm.
let's look at like in our homes.
Okay.
If we have issues in our homes, how do we solve it?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That means that the grown-ups or the people that are involved with one or two grown-ups, they sit down and they call the people that they are involved in question and they sit them all down and they will have a conversation, they will talk. And they will try to put, where things need to be at. Who is wrong, they tell them you're wrong. Who is right to, then they go ahead and who have to apologize will apologize and we'll be sure. You know what I mean? We've been doing this from generation upon generation. And when you take it up notch higher, it goes to like society and stuff like that. We do this in our kinship and everything. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But I think where we are failing as a country is when we were introduced into what is called democracy.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since we got democracy, like those things are being lost because now we think democracy, like the one central government is the father of everything, and everything has to solve everything. Now we all lost. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let's bring it back to the music industry.
Good.
In the music industry, based on like the way I sees it, like there's no structure, there's no any form of anything that will help the artist be a better artist going forward or into the future. So
Mm-hmm.
most of all the upcoming artists, they have to find their way. And how do you find your way? Every human being, when you're a teenager finding your way, you step on the wrong toes or you do the wrong things and like you do all kinds of stuff. Do you understand me?
Mm.
But eventually you find your way. If you are lucky and you find somebody that can help you and guide you, it will help you to find your way quicker. Do you understand me?
Mm-hmm.
But eventually
Mm-hmm.
you're going to find your way. So
True.
let's look at most of the Ghanaian musicians, like young teenagers coming up, and there's no guidance. Do you understand me? They are all doing their own thing. They are surviving. Okay, and during at the same time while they were doing that, you are still have the the people, so called the gatekeepers or the elderly people in the neighborhood sitting on the fence, and they were not helping, but at the same
Mm-hmm.
time they try to bring you down. And the worst part of it all too, they want you to respect everything they say.
Mm-hmm.
So before you can survive or before you can do anything, you pretty much have to push and push harder. And by so doing, you are going to rub the people the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Case in point is Shatta Wale. If Shatta Wale have not been Shatta Wale would not see light of day of his career.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If Shatta Wale, it is not forceful, spirit wise, the way he does the things, the way he push and penetrate things, like Shatta Wale will not be Shatta Wale today. Because we live in a country that you have to say yes to this, yes to that, and you always have to be yo me das, yo me pacho into saying that. I'm not saying that it's all a bad thing, it is, but when something need to be done or something need to be said, you have to say it. And people that they are under the pressure will not say things the same way that you sitting at your comfort zone will say. You know what I
True.
mean? Umia obi ashwa. On to me can say, bra, me pacho, yeah, me, yeah. No, you know what I mean? The person is
Yeah.
going to scream. If you're not lucky, you're going to take a slap. You know what I mean? Just to know that what me shwa.
You are stepping on my balls. You are stepping
There
on my
you
balls.
go. What I did. So that is Shatta Wale. So let's bring it back. Right now, if we have to go back, and if we have to do these things like the Sifakines, the Sammy, Sammy Flex, what I mean, what do you call it? Not brew, what I mean, this not is it no the guy at who's was in charge with let's say the industry players,
Yeah.
if they call all of them, if all of them got together, they're like, okay, look, let's call all this thing, let's call all our industry, let's sit down, let's see a headway and stuff like that. Do you think how many of them genuinely would invite Shatta Wale to come and sit with Shatta Wale and talk?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody like Saliman, do you think that if you call Saliman to come and sit and talk to Shatta Wale, is she gonna come? Because what I'm saying, what I mean, and this is why sometimes Shatta Wale says that they are not professional, or maybe I think that that's the reason why he's saying that. Because people cannot separate their personal feelings from the real work.
That's the
You know
problem.
what I mean?
It's one of the
So
problems.
yes, so I think that if they are able to do that, like somebody like Asamoah Bedu, Asamoah Bedu is
Yeah.
very, very good at what he does, but he have a hidden agenda and knowingly, what I mean, deceive people based on the knowledge that he have. And that is even more dangerous than the ignorant people in the system. Because
Mm-hmm.
if anything, he have to know better. Do you understand me? Based on what he does for a living, he's a journalist. So he is trained to be well spoken. He's been trained to speak well. Just like you, Sammy Flex. You speak very well. Sometimes when we come on this thing, we are saying you can tell, you can laugh in your head like, oh, they talking bullshit, But yet still, but yet still, you allow
Mm-hmm.
us and correct us need be. Do you understand me?
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody like Asamoah Bedu, let's say somebody like Asamoah Bedu will be able to get into Shatta Wale's ears or to be able to find a way to help somebody, do you understand
Mm-hmm.
me? And
Mm-hmm.
also maybe trying to be able to use the knowledge that he has for the betterment of the industry. Don't you think that his words will go far to better the industry? What I
Yeah.
mean? Like what do you call it? This guy that worked with Saka there that is now doing the journalist. What is his name? Oh,
Kobe.
Kobe Che.
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Kobe Che is also very good, but he also, for some reason, have a little bit hidden tendencies because of how he came through. Because of how that he came through with Sarkodie and everything, he tried to walk a good path, but it's also not cutting across everything. Do you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
he's only stayed one side. He behave and he does things like he doesn't want to do with anything with Satawale. Do you know what I mean? Or this person. Do you know what I mean? If anything, you have to come to him now. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
that is what the industry is. So the industry that we in, everybody have something against somebody. So everybody is working with a little bit time bomb. And that's
Yeah.
what everybody have. So based
Mm.
on what your level of anger will go to and when it will explode and explode. You know, Stoneboys be exploding sometimes. So I think that
Yeah.
we have to come back to basics and call all these people and just go along with the agenda that we can set. But let me also say something to you
Your time
before
is
I
up,
go.
so I'll give you 1 minute. Your time is up. You've
Okay,
done 10
one
minutes
minute.
already.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, 1 minute. The program that you guys are going to Dubai, it's a very good program, right? But is it a way that now you have a lot of followers all over the world that look at, that watch you? Is there any way that you can also do the same and call them to come and see and sell your country to them?
Yeah. It's actually an open program. It is not only for Ghanaians. It is
No,
an
no, I'm
open
talking
program.
about for Ghanaians. I'm not talking about for
Uh-huh.
Ghanaians. I'm talking about calling people to come and visit Ghana.
Oh,
So that you will, yes, so that you will
okay.
sell Ghana to the people.
So that we will host them.
Yes, from all over the world.
Let me
So
write
think
this
about
down. Let me write this down.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about that one too.
This man has been giving me more ideas.
All
No,
right, let me
it's
get
a
out here.
point
All
well
right,
made. Thank
thank
you.
you so much. All right,
Thank
bye.
you. All right. Thank you so much, SKP and Nokwa as well. Like I said, today, maximum of 10 minutes. Within 1 to 10 minutes, you should be able to drop your points. And so far, so very good. Also seeing some of the comments you guys are bringing in. We are still looking at how best we can cut negativity, because too much negativity in our space. One, it is even killing the artist confidence. So many artists, this kind of negativity is killing their confidence. So when they are even about to release a song, they are scared of what agenda boys will say on Twitter. That they heard from here. From here, now I'm sure when they want to release song, almost throw in mental brofo and mental tree. Oh, it's Ankroma. Akwaba.
Brasami, good evening.
Good evening, boss. Why it's landing code already?
Oh, I went somewhere. Our weather is unpredicted, so
yeah, because I'll be coming to town. I don't want it to be very cold.
Yeah, it's unpredicted. Well, least is more wet and all that than London. So you are okay in London, but not okay here. So you always have to be prepared when you are on the street.
London weather there, I hear it is like that. It turns it turns on and off like women.
Yeah. You what the assembly Anyway,
your time is kicking now, so let's go.
Yeah, I want some education. When we say the entertainment industry, can you elaborate more? What comprises of the entertainment industry in Ghana? I mean,
in fact, when we say an industry, everybody who plays every small role is part of
I mean the entertainment industry in Ghana, not just the industry, the entertainment industry.
Exactly what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That when we talk about the entertainment industry, it's not only in Ghana. That's why I was giving you a general understanding of what the industry stands for. Everybody who plays a role in the entertainment industry is part of it. The person is a stakeholder. So even when you go to events, the people who even pack, the packers, those who pack speakers, if we are breaking down the industry, they're even part of the industry, because one day, if you are discussing event, you can call them to come and talk about event. If you go to ticketing, those who are selling tickets, they are part of the industry, because when we are discussing how we are able to sell our tickets, they are the people you go to. Then we have the front runners, as in the celebrities, the artists, the actors, the media people. So the industry there. In fact, that's why sometimes I don't want someone to say, this person is not part of the industry. This person, what does he know? Because someone like Saliman, you might not like her for everything or for anything, but she is part of the industry. She's into events. She's done some major events in Ghana. So there is no way somebody can demean her inclusion in our industry. No, nobody can do that. Seriously.
I think you've given me a rather more elaborative analysis, but I'm looking at the because look, to someone, when we talk about entertainment industry, to someone he or she might only think it's just the music thing. But when we say the entertainment industry, the movie and all that is part of it.
Very wide. Poetry, comedy. In fact, those who are even doing sculptures, painting, they are even part of the creative art industry, if you want to even call it creative arts. Yeah.
Where is the Ghanaian movie now? Where is it now?
The Ghanaian movie industry is there. Yesterday, Kojon Kansan Lewin premiered his movie.
You are a Ghanaian. Don't try to hide the fact. The Ghanaian industry is dead. the
no, take your
movie
time.
industry.
No,
No,
it's
no,
wrong.
no, I'm coming.
No, see, Mr. Nkrumah, wait. This is what I'm
My
saying
time,
we should.
my time.
I know.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying we should
Okay.
try to avoid. And if I am saying we should avoid and I allow it to happen on this platform,
No, Brass,
no, I'm coming. I'll give you the time to talk. I'll give you the time to talk. Now, do you know what Lil Wayne? Not Lil Wayne. What's his name? Kumasi guy. What's his name? Dr. Likey. Do you know what Dr. Likey is doing with a Fiaudo? What Jeffrey Naughty? They are all part of the movie industry. The fact that they are not a full-length movie, a full feature movie does not mean they are still part of the movie because it is still production.
Okay.
What you can rather say is that maybe our consistency in terms of releasing feature-length movies in Ghana, it is down. No two ways about that. Those who are known to releasing movies like the Venus, the Kofi Samuels and co. Now, Kofi Samuel is always online chilling. I don't remember the last time he put out a movie.
Yeah,
so
because
if you say it is down, that's fine. But to say it is dead, no, it is not dead
because
there are a section of people who are actively releasing content in the name of movies every day.
I get it. But I can't remember the last time we held an African movie award that Ghana was mentioned. I can't remember. Okay.
Well, some of our people are mentioned.
It is only when our presence are felt, then we can say our industry is kicking. But when you cannot tell me you take Dr. Likey's skate to African music movie awards for him to get any award.
No, it depends. It depends on which category.
So what I'm trying to say is that
if there's a category for best skits and what they have can
but
go
as
there.
far as I know, this is not about negativity. But as far as I know, like you were saying, if the industry is there, when you talk about Venus movies and all these people you are mentioning, I got to know them because of the movies. And if today they don't feel the need to be part of it anymore, it means the thing is dead. It means the thing is not yielding anything for them. There is no reason for them to invest into that thing because the thing isn't there. But my argument stems from the fact that if Ola Michael has run away from the movie industry to now become a pundit, whatever on a music thing, how can he help for us to resurrect the music industry?
He's a program host as well, so you can add that as well.
Master, this is a guy who has killed one industry, and you want him to come and help you to resurrect another industry. If he has any, like we are telling Baumia now, everybody is telling Baumia, if you have any magic wand, why don't you use it to revive the economy? If Ola Michael has anything good, why can't he use it to revive the movie industry? But for me, I think the problem lies with all of us. The problem with the music or our entertainment industry lies with all of us. We jump onto things without making research. Last time it was this Nigerian guy filling the O2 or whatever. Yes, we commend him. The thing is not for us to use it as the yardstick to go and sit on every program. Because of that, there has been 3 Twitter spaces about Ghana music industry as I kept filling O2 Arena, and so we need to hold a Twitter space. Look, there is no roadmap. There is no proper agenda. We rather have to do research. Why is Nigeria on the progress? Why is Nigeria on the rise? It is not about Asake filling O2 Arena. That shouldn't be the yardstick. Nigerians have been doing it. Burna Boy has been doing it. Davido has been doing it. Why all of a sudden Asake does it and then today Belamundi is holding a Twitter space. Sewe Mia is holding a Twitter space. Brasami is holding a Twitter space because Asake has filled O2 Arena. It makes us jealous. It makes us as people who don't kind of appreciate the good work others are doing. We are only jealous. What we need to do is to rather, as entertainment players, sit down, maybe do research into Nigeria. How long has it taken Nigeria to reach this far? How long what have they done into it? What is the investment? What have they done? You understand? Because in as much as last time you made us know about the little things between Burna Boy and Davido and all that. But wherever they are, Last time I saw Bernard also talking about Davido and all that, how they've all played a role and all that. How do the Ghanaian artists do that? How do we do that? When this guy gets a chance, what does he say? When this guy gets a chance, what does he say? We as people, and my senior colleague who just spoke, if we have people who have diabolic minds, and the mind is that if it is not their artist, nobody else, this is not going to help the industry. It is not going to help the industry. We need to have genuine people, and it is not just an industry driven by someone's fame. That because someone has done this, all of a sudden we need to be red alert. Now we've all gone to sleep because no Nigerian is feeling O2 tomorrow, so we've gone to sleep. Let another Nigerian go and feel O2. There will be another Twitter space. I mean, what kind of life is that?
I know, right?
So I think, and for Shatta movement followers and all that, look, just as for me, I don't like some artists, and you can't begrudge me for that. If you do whatever you do, I won't like them. Same way someone will not like Shatta Wale. We need to take that. Whether Ola Michael sits on radio to say whatever or whatever, let us take it. Just as I will not like someone, same way someone will not like me. So it is not always we see that when someone says something about Shatta Wale, it is so evil and all that. If I have my words, I also say to Ola Michael, that is it. I don't have anything against him. That is it.
But you see, I think I like this point you are making. But what we have to avoid is that, like you might not like one artist, but I'm not sure you would wake up thinking about what to say to make that artist look less of himself.
That is the problem. That is where I was coming up.
Because I know one thing that you've been preaching. Let's push Shatta Wale. Let's support. I'm not sure you wake up thinking what you say to the other guy to make him feel bad.
No,
not liking someone is okay.
That is the wrong version.
Not supporting someone is okay. But waking up with the agenda of killing that person because you don't like him, that we should discourage.
That is the wrong version. That is the diabolic minds my senior colleague was talking about, where people have and like I said, I've been reading a lot of tweets with a banter with Arnold and Shatta Wale, and he calls him Jimmy and all that kind of things. And so such a person, you see, you have the knowledge, but then you go and sit on there, and it, like he said, he's more dangerous because everybody, oh, this guy, he's knowledgeable in this, he's knowledge, but then he's spreading a certain virus there. He's spreading it there. And at the end of the day, if we don't take care, before we get to know, he has destroyed everything. And so I will plead with everybody, have your hatred towards the artist, have your hatred towards everybody, but don't let it be like, because you hate him, it has to be a national thing. We all have to hate him, and that guy doesn't deserve anything. Maybe that person is the key to our success. And so if we push him to the back wall, where is the key going to come from? Where is the success going to come from? Because we all sat down here. Stonebwoy has been begging Rihanna and all that for a collabo. But Shatta Wale sat in his room, was asleep. You got a call. Next thing he is with Beyonce. You understand? You can hate the guy, but you see, when what God has put on somebody, you can never take that thing away from him. So you can hate Shatta Wale as a person. But when it's about the national thing, when it's about something for all of us to gain from, let us not try to block it, please. That kind of thing we need to. That is the only thing we need to avoid. But for the hatred, I mean, he can hate him in his own house. He can piss on Shatta Wale and all that. That is okay. But don't bring it on national TV. Don't bring it on national. And we also have to sometimes caution Shatta Wale. Rasame, in all fairness, they say as you warn the cat, you also warn the mouse. You understand? Last time I was on the Twitter space with Sewa Emi, and sometimes Shatta Wale, please. The question the guy posed to Shatta Wale was not any hateful question. There Shatta Wale started ranting. Then he started ranting. I didn't see you at that time, but I saw you later come on the space.
Yeah, I came later. I joined later.
Then he started ranting. But when someone is praising him, he can hear. When someone is asking him a question, he pretends he hasn't heard the question. I mean, you see, Shatta Wale, you are not, you are not mad, you are not crazy, but sometimes there needs to be a little bit of seriousness in what you are doing. You were a national asset. That's why you were brought on the space. Whatever thing you have, that space there, you could have won so many hearts.
Mm-hmm.
But when you begin to try to play with the thing, you don't see any seriousness about the thing. And so that you could have brought your agenda on that space, how we can move Ghana music forward. But you try to, and when someone is asking a genuine question, hey, Shatta Wale is gone ranting, blah, blah, blah. I listened to the Stoneboy one with Bella Mundi. Though he didn't stay on for too long, but you could see that Stoneboy was serious with the answers he was giving. You understand? I don't like Stoneboy as in I'm an SM thing, so he's my competitor. But I fell in love with him with the answers he was giving rather than me listening to Shatta Wale. So sometimes you need to let the fans, some of us also feel that he's knowledgeable and he's not crazy. He knows what he's saying. You understand? So please, sometimes he also needs to be serious. Some of us love him. And if you do things like this, is what gives the people the chance to say all sort of rubbish against you. Because
point well noted.
Last time you made it, and this is my last point. Whether we like it or not, the biggest collaboration to have happened in our time, the mercy of our time, is Shatta Wale Beyonce. Nobody, even if someone will go and raise Bob Marley from the dead and sing with him, Shatta Wale is the first person to have had the biggest collaboration in the history of Ghana music. We need to put, respect on that name. Thank you very much, Sammy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joe Nkrumah, all the way from UK, Leeds to be specific. Atuahine is also here. Let me go on to Atuahine, who would also come and still speak about how best we can kill the seeming high negativity in our showbiz industry, which is not helping anybody. It is not helping the artists. It is not helping the players. As a matter of fact, the other day, we were discussing about sponsorship. I think Kwame Dazi and his people on Joy Entertainment, they have been discussing about sponsorship as to why now our industry suffers to get sponsorship. And that's the fact. Look at how beautiful 3 Music Awards is. Yet, they suffer to get sponsorship. And I can tell you, it is basically because of some of these things we are seeing. The other day, a fierce mother was talking about the fact that they were going to get some deal, but because of negativity around a fierce brand, they lost that deal. Atuahina, I've seen you. They lost that deal as well. Atuahina, I've seen you. Can you hear me? I've seen you, Atuahina. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Atuahine, I can see you in your shirt. I am Atuahine. Can you also hear me? You are live. You are live. It looks like your internet is a problem, but I can see you. I can see you. Okay. Atuahine would have to go check his internet so he can come back again. Let me move on to Osara. Fidelis Osara. We are still talking about how best we can reduce the level of negativity in our showbiz space. It is killing us. It is not helping creativity. It is stifling growth among our artists, and we need to stop it. Osara will start speaking at 8:24. And
I mean, I will not end until 9.
I beg you, end in 10 minutes for me.
Okay, I'm just gonna be fast. I'm gonna be fast. Surprisingly, I slept off and I just woke up. I've been trying things and I couldn't come in.
Yes.
So, first of all, happy birthday to your daughter.
Thank you, sir.
She's growing perfectly. She's a beautiful girl.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's a beautiful girl.
Thank you.
So that let's just go quickly. I told you I watch a lot of program when I was on my 2 weeks
leave.
Leave. I told you there's a lot of negativity.
Yeah. And in fact, that's why I want us to handle this. How we can cut this because it is not helping our industry. As a matter of fact,
sometimes you solve a problem. You look for an answer if you can locate the problem. You understand? So I want to ask you. You give me 5 things now.
Okay.
That the industry,
Mm-hmm.
the Ghanaian industry is lacking. That is causing problem because negativity comes from when people are not getting what they want. You understand? So I want to ask you now, Mr. Flex. Give me just 5 problems that you think the industry has.
Okay, so on top of my mind, I'm sure I
Yeah.
can mention finances.
Okay.
I can mention finances.
Yeah.
I can mention structures.
Structure.
Yes, I can mention structures.
Okay.
And here in Ghana, I can also talk about the lack of even facilities for our people to use to make money, as in the players themselves.
Okay.
Lack of facilities that they can even use to make money.
Okay.
And again, I can also talk about education among players in the industry
Okay.
as the fourth one. And
Okay.
the fifth one, I'll also talk about the national agenda towards the arts.
Okay.
National agenda towards the arts. So these are my 5: finances, structures, lack of facilities, lack of education among players in the industry, and then a national agenda to push what we are doing. These are the 5 that I can mention.
You know the national agenda. Do you see that every time like Burna Boy, Rima, and other people they do their program? Do you see Nigerian flag?
I have not paid attention. Let me be very honest.
Go back again. They don't put Nigerian flag.
They don't put Nigerian flag.
It's not that they don't like Nigeria or they want to change nationality. It's not a national agenda thing. When each of those artists, everybody does the right thing, it now becomes Ghanaian agenda. Are you getting what I'm saying now? What you are doing right now is not for Ghana. You are doing it for yourself and the people that work for you. Are you getting what I'm saying? So the national agenda issue is not a tag for the problem. Because if UTV, listen, if everybody, like now, you want to build a house, who is doing the plastering, who is doing the misting, who is doing the carrying and everything, it becomes a process for everybody to work on, and it becomes the process. Then after you finish the house, you now say, yes, we have done well. You understand what I'm saying? So national agenda is good, but one of the things that you mentioned here, you said education. You know, I've been saying education more for the executive, business executive, education more for the artist manager, and even the education more for the videographer and every other people in the industry. You see, I discovered when I was going through most of those things, when I was going through the YouTube videos, majorly from everything, I discovered that I don't know if I might be wrong. Average Ghanaian don't want to hear the truth. It's a big problem, and they have a platform, but they don't do research before they start their program. You understand what I'm saying now? They just start saying something because it's in vogue. They don't find out if the truth, if the video is the right thing or if not. And all those small things put around and bring problem in the industry. See, the artists are there. They cannot know everything. The movie industry cannot know everything. They need people who have understanding on this issue for them to come out and be doing it in their program. That is how Nigeria works. You see little people talking about the industry, what the industry needs to do to help, what the industry needs to do to move forward. That is how we got to where we are today. We're talking of 15 years of work, and people are still working till now. They are still working because it's not something that any one person can do. No way. I told you last time, I said, when I listened to most of the program people did on your side, I discovered that Shatta Wale was the biggest hit from what people were saying. It was the biggest hit. That guy, I don't know how tall he is, but or how big he is, Man, he get bulletproof. I'm
of course,
telling you,
he's got bulletproof. Yeah,
he
he's
get
got bulletproof.
bulletproof. And
Yeah.
and you could see, I listened to what he said to that lady Sewa and everything. Shatta Wale should calm down when he's talking in the public. He's angry for something. And that is the kind of person he is. He has not changed. So they should not be saying he cannot talk, he insult people. That is Shatta Wale now. People need to accept him right now. The problem is that they don't want to accept who he is. They don't want to separate his Shatta Wale as a person and Charles as an artist and Charles Nia Mensa. Those are two different people. You have to separate the guy as an artist. He has his own life to live.
Exactly.
He has his own life to live. And majority of the topic people brings up in the media is unnecessary. Shatta Wale smoke. What of the other people that womanize that people don't see? Because Shatta Wale is doing his own publicly. That should not be the issue. The people that have the platform to help the industry, they should do the right thing. Education is very important. There are a lot of courses in Africa right now that can help the industry. First, they need to study the people that are doing well. Nigeria is not just the second or third movie industry in the world. You need to study why they are the third or second in the world. You need to study why the industry is moving forward. There was something Shatta Wale said. He said, I invest in software. You know, I've been telling you about the sound of your people. They are not using the right software. We are using the same software, but their own is copied.
Cracked.
It's not the original one.
The cracked software, yeah.
Yeah. So, and the cracked software, we have them plenty in Nigeria. But no, all the people that are doing music that wants to get something really, they don't buy it. They don't buy it. The artist, the music producer should go and buy the real software. Invest in it so that the sound can change. As when you bring a Ghanaian artist song to a very good place where they have good system, it will expose their sound. Because of the way it's going to be sounding. It's going to be sounding like something that is cracking. But when you see the Nigerian sound, it comes out like like as if something else. They use something different. No, they use the right software because the software itself, you use the right one, it updates for you. It gives you more options. But they just crack and they remain in one spot. They can't go beyond to the next step. That is how the Ghanaian industry has been. They don't know. I mean, they can't go past the door in front of them, which they have to. Because there are many doors you have to keep moving until you get to a place where you can be satisfied. Then you sit down there and build yourself an industry that is moving. The industry in Ghana does not have any problem like that. The only problem I see the negativity in the industry is that the people should be willing to learn something new. They should be willing, because most of the industry people actually, they are outdated with the knowledge that they have. They need to update. They need to move forward. I've been hearing there was a time Camido's manager, 80-20. They are not opening their industry for us to come in. But the time he started managing Camido, he has seen things. He has sat down with executive. His tone has changed. Go and find out.
Yeah,
not because he's gaining, but because they've told him this is how it is done. You understand? Then, remember I told you about Sadiq that time. I don't like him because of what he said about Nigeria. Yeah, I will say it. Nobody, even you, if I say, Ghana is a useless place, it's not going to go down with me and you. You understand? Whether we live abroad or we live anywhere, where we come from can never leave us.
Yeah.
Can never leave us. Then I discovered that there was a time Baba Sadiq started talking about some things about the industry. And I said, yeah, this guy is getting education now. But I discovered that he has met some executive in the music industry. Yesterday now, or 2 days ago, he was involved with Olive the Boy.
Yeah.
Part of the team.
Yeah.
His tone has changed now because he's now being educated on the industry. What he knew before, he has thrown them away right now. But the problem now is that some of the people that had the industry issue, that knows the problem, how to solve it, they should spread out this information. Mr. Flex, it's now becoming too much now, like what the other guy said from the last guy that spoke.
Yeah.
He said it's now becoming too much talk, and it's now becoming as if we are jealous of these other people's industry. It's time for you, everybody, to sit down and help the industry. You have outlined some of the problem now. So what is needed now? We should be talking about solution to the facilities, to the structure, to the finances, and more education in the industry. That is what the industry should be talking about now. Not, oh, Ashake has done this, Ashake has done that. Before somebody buys a new car, the person has worked. That is why he has money to buy the car. But if you want to go and buy the car, but you don't have the money, that is the situation of Ghana now. Before you can buy that car, make sure you have the money. Go and treat the industry problems. Today might not be today. Ghana cannot run with the Nigerian style. Your artists are doing what they need to do. They are doing what they are able to do. The kind of business they are able to do. They don't have to look at Nigeria to move forward. What they are doing right now is paying their bills. They have their own car. They have their own shows. They have their own stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So they should leave Nigeria alone. There was a time, once upon a time,
All right.
they were not feeling.
Your last minute.
Yeah, yeah, they were not feeling 3,000. Or they were doing 300. They were doing 100. They were doing 80. So they should not do the same running. It might not be Shatta Wale, Stoneboy, and every other people that will do it now. It might be other ones that are coming. But if the foundation is not still okay, you always say we are doing the work of God. But the Bible also said, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? So your foundation of your industry must stand before you can attempt anything. If not, Olamakel and other kind of people will have negativity in the industry, and it's not going to move forward. It's not going to move the industry forward. That is just my contribution. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Fidelis Osara. Me and you will still continue at the back, as usual. Bad man.
All right. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah.
All right. So me and Osara, we've been doing it at the back as usual. So I'm sure, as we have done it here in the open, we will still continue to do it at the back. And we'll do more. So Atuahine tried coming in at first but could not enter. Therefore, Osara beating him to it. And now Atuahine is still trying to connect. Atuahine, I think now your internet is good now.
Finally.
Yeah. Your internet is good now. And you are looking good. Your shirt is nice.
Thank you.
Okay, so your time is 38. You have your 10 minutes to fly. Let's listen to you.
Rasame. We can assemble the best brains, experts in industry, out the right mindset, and the same, all of us heading towards one goal. The problem with our industry, from my viewpoint, is this: it's like a triangle. See, at the end, we have professionals. Then at the left, we have industry. This is it makes up of the music people, the beat makers, the radio presenters like yourself and all. And then we have the consumers who are like myself and anyone. So at every point, you be stationed at the. But here in the industry, the people to put the artists to check. Some have this personal issues against individuals. So instead of being at the top, as in applying professionalism, they tend to use their personal scores. Like that's how they settle their scores.
Okay.
So the one that might open the floodgate for us would definitely not be the artist you like or you love.
because professionalism with all the expertise is not there. Now they bring emotions, and then they try to settle personal scores. So this relationship between the top and then the left, the professionalism and the industry. Now they forget that they are training or they are feeding the consumer. So the consumer doesn't have the time to go and study, do research, and do anything. So when they tune on to radio, because the media is using agenda setting and framing for their personal gains, the consumer also takes it. And then the consumer heard that maybe this pandit says this artist have done this. It has formed a motive. So no matter what the artist does, it becomes a narrative for the consumer. So when the artist is outside or brings a product, that notion is in their mind. So it becomes difficult for them to see that this is a creative. A creative without ego is not a creative. That is how they, and it's up to the professional to understand that this is where I can get the best out of the creative. So why don't I become a bigger person in serving the person humbly, accommodate whatever the person is venting out, and then try to package the person well, so that in doing that, I'm also shaping the consumer. So then when we move out, we will not be pushing one artist, will not be pushing one camp, will not be pushing this, because the bottom line is, whether traditional media or social media, you the consumer, you can flip and become a blogger. You are also doing the same thing as condemning the one in the traditional media. And the consumer too, because you are always listening to one side, like the other man said that he is an SM fan, so no matter what you do, that person can't change. He's bent on that, so he also is not being bold to come out and then confront his circles and say that Charlie, the thing is competition. No, these people are doing something nice. Let's come together. If the whole SM camp call Shatta Wale and tell Shatta Wale that Shatta Wale, we want you to do A, B, C, D for us, I'm not sure They would overlook them, because they are the reason why he's like doing what he's doing. So I think industry should look at things from a different point of view. Kanye West is doing whatever he's doing, but I haven't seen Grammy banning Kanye West before. They know he's an artist. His ego fuels his creativity. So they will them the artist, but they'll rather look at what they can get from the artist, because everybody wants to eat. Now, when you want to authenticate a news, you go to the traditional media. But now you can't even go there again, because they will a breaking news, and then it will be from a blogger who will come up later and come and say that, oh, it's wrong, he didn't fact check or he didn't do anything. So are all part of the problem. We are all part of the problem, but no one is ready to accept. So until the one at the top, which is professionals, begin to act in a professional way, apply the ethics of the media, we will continue blaming industry and gatekeepers. But there is no gate to even to keep now. Because if I have AI to create a beat for me, I have AI to help me create a voice, I have money on these platforms, and I have money to start it consistently, I can become a top artist. A connection from abroad, a plug will want what I do, because the world is always waiting for something new. They will buy into. I will tour the world without even passing through the gate. So it's a general problem. The consumer is behaving how they want, because the industry is not seeing themselves as very powerful and changing. Why must Asake be a topic for Ghana? Nigeria, all the things we are saying, what the man said, Nigeria does worse than us, but they know when to rally behind the flag of Nigeria when it matters most. How many people went to watch Burna Boy's concert? If you strike the average, they're like maybe 10-20% Africans. It's now Europe. Burna Boy can say that Afrobeat doesn't make sense to him, and he is justified because he's a musician. He should not be boxed into a certain space. But how many people understand that times are changing? You need to approach things with different look at what is working. It could be from a small boy who just started online 10 days ago, but he's doing something that is controlling the trends.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we are too big to come to that level to learn and then shape mind. So it's the same thing. So if you see a media person being mad at an artist, it's not because of the artist's craft, but it's because of a personal, it's a vendetta they are all trying to squash. The artist also feels that why should I change? After all, I'm big. I can do whatever I want. And you need me to sell your show. But because of personal vendetta, the artist is also refusing to learn. But in this case, the artist has nothing to lose. Because no matter what we do, Star Stone Boy,
Shatta Wale and co.
nobody can do anything to them because they have people who have become part of them. If Shatta Wale stops acting the way he acts, it's not Shatta Wale who will face the problem. There are people who have slapped people because of SM.
Yeah.
They are
True.
loyal. They are very loyal to SM. If you touch someone in a village, it's not a Shama that will come for you. There's someone who doesn't go a day without singing "I'm a hero." So it's like so these people, we should know how to we should we should give them the respect they deserve. Then they will come down to our level. Then we can shape them. That's I mean.
Fantastic. I'm sure this your portion should be cut and spread and shared wide.
Hey,
Very no, very well.
But
Very well explained.
they should know I'm your boy. They should know I'm your boy.
Yeah. I'm training some solid boys. I'm sure you have to start coming to the studio soon. Yeah, you have to start coming to the studio soon.
Just send me the topics. I'll prepare it.
I know, right? Thank you so much.
Brother, please help us push. Spoken word poetry is now. We are doing great things. So we have some presenting Ghana in Liberia, in Brazil next October in the
Okay.
world.
I think it's been a long time I spoke with some of your people, so maybe you have to assemble some of them like we were doing before, and let's do some reviews about their gigs. Very important. Yeah. Charlie, thank you so much. Fantastic and brilliant submission from Tuahine as well, and he is also done with his 10 minutes. How do we kill the high level of negativity in our showbiz space? It is really not helping us. And I am loving the submission from my people. Fact is that until we do that, we will all face it. We will all face it because I cannot go somewhere to even get support from someone if they know that, oh, this is your industry. Every day this, every day that. Let's stop it and do what is right. At least. Let's do it. My brother Ekene Samuel is from Nigeria. Ekene, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. You're welcome. All right. So your time is 49. We can hear you now.
All right. Greetings to all the guys in your studio, everybody. So just to start with, I've followed the conversation, the one that was held in UTV, and I think the last SM guy that spoke he just summarized everything. The truth be said, Shatta Wale he has controversial character and all those stuff, but sometimes I'm a Nigerian, and to even hear him say what he says, yeah, some Nigerians will about it, but many of us look at it that you don't throw your own industry under the bus that way. Now you can do your greetings to Ashake or whatever, but there's how you caption that tweet or you caption that statement that will come up as motivational to you yourself and to the rest of the industry. Something like, oh, Nigerian industry that doing very good. We hope that someday we get to. There are some things that you say that will rub off very politely to the industry, because what he said was kind of demeaning, which I think that's why many of the pundits took it that way. And on that same panel, I hear many people criticizing them. It's not the way it is now. Everybody has an opinion, agenda. The same way you have your own presentation in your own studio, where Roland has his own perspective, Kojokin has his perspective, Abbas has his perspective, Nana Reagan, Chamu, and everybody. So everybody have their own opinion on something. You might look at it that, oh, but sometimes you need to even speak to the artist himself. Okay, now to even cut the story short, there was something that happened recently. Everybody heard about it, the Burna Boy statement. The Nigerian industry, where the caplars, many of the media people did not find it funny, because what he basically was saying, he was more or less like trying to shut down the effort of everybody that's been doing this Afro beats, all the African artists, just to create an image for his own self. Shey get, when you do something wrong, you criticize. I lead to his own space, and the way he presented it, Stonebwoy is somebody that's correct, but sometimes there's how you say things that people understand what you're saying, and how you trace or something.
Yeah, Chief Styles.
Chief Styles. Now, from Nigerian, because what that guy did was very, very, yeah, he's creating enmity for your industry from the outside. You're is one that some Nigerian gatekeepers are trying to sabotage that. But when the whole thing was not explained further, it now happened to be that you had just one issue with one person. Oh, everybody. So what it means is that everybody now be like, everybody was Wire Bankuli, everybody, Joe Yakan, many of all those guys were like, look, you need to explain, because it's not in our nature to start blocking whatever. And for those that don't even know, the Nigerian music space is the most welcoming industry. Say, oh, every music that pop in every country finds its way to Nigeria. From Kenya, from South Africa, Cameroon, Ghana, everywhere. So that's why I was even laughing at your first guy that came say, oh, Nigerian industry, 20%. Nah, they may have that stuff. That only applies to government enterprise. For the private YouTube and all those other, there's nobody even checking all those things. And I even hear many of all those conversations. It goes on and on and on. There are times on radio, all you hear is foreign music. But Nigerians know, and we have a of what we want to listen to. We have that list. We play whatever we want to play. We know what doing this. I just felt that he just needs to be cautioned, because what he's trying to do is trying to create even more enemies for the Ghanaian music space. So that's what I'll say about that. Then when it comes to the space, because I also listened to one other space that had the media people. I think you were also in that space. Could you Sheldon, DJ Slim,
Yeah.
the lady, and yeah,
That's
I
the
listened.
one.
So
The one that was done by TV3.
that was on, yeah. So many conversations will come, and I keep saying this thing that look, Ghana is doing all right. Ghana is doing all right until they start comparing. They are doing very much okay until they start comparing. And the whole not necessary. just like Fanbase say, I've been saying this thing over and over and over. Sometimes the way they create that whole this thing, it brings toxicity. It brings one kind of toxic atmosphere into the
environment.
industry, inside the environment. Pitching this against this, pitching this against. There are ways that you criticize constructively. In our own space, we did that. But when we do that, it does not mean that, oh, is this against this now. Even in our movie industry, that is how you then back and work on their craft, then come out. All I would just need to say is that because in that space, everything that was meant to be said was basically said there. The whole ecosystem needs to sit up, from the music producers, the executive, the media people. Everybody just needs to, because is it cannot be explained. You just need to sit up and just push a narrative that okay, we are together. And I think in that same space too, it was about a different thing altogether. You can have your own beef or whatever. Like in Nigerian space now, there are some of all these fan base, whatever that they do. But majority of the people know, as in we don't care if you are this or that. They have their own stand, one or two, but the majority of people are like, look, if the video release music, we'll listen to it. If
Exactly.
Burna Boy will listen to it, or everybody will listen to it. So that's just it. So on that, in the industry level, everybody just needs to come out and support whatever it is that is going on. It might be as little as, okay, maybe Saturday is doing 1K arena, no problem, report it. If this person is doing 500, just report it. And that whole comparison now, because the truth be said, Nigerian industry is not looking at Ghana. That's why when I even saw that stuff, like that silently now, the place these guys are looking at is a different kettle. Is a different kettle, because now the video Burna Boy, Wizkid, those guys they've gotten to a level where even Americans cannot do what they are doing. Then the next phase of artists are now looking at what they are doing, and which I expect the Ghanaian industries to be doing. I know King Promise is trying, Stoneband knows that they're trying their own best. But the next wave of Nigerian artists are now looking at what those before them have done. And they're trying to replicate what they are doing to better themselves. Even the Davido, the Burna, and the Wiz, they copied what those before them did. Because the industry did not start today. It started from way back, from the era of Pretty and Junior. As in, let's not even go back to Fela era. Pretty and Junior, Remedies, Idris Abdulkarim, Tony Tetsuila, Tribesmen, Plantation Boys, Two-Face, all those them boys and all those. So from that point, it was moving from Two-Face. Two-Face took the level to a different stage. The band came and P Square came in. They moved it. They were looking at what the next people were doing and outdoing what they were doing. P Square came, they took the game to another level. The band came, took it to another level. Just like Timaya, everybody. And that's why when you look at what is even happening now, it means that yes, hopefully and prayerfully, it will keep growing that same track, because what these guys are doing now, these are the ones that are coming and looking at that, oh, we need to outdo what the legends, the OGs have done, the old cats. So we need to outdo. So that's how the industry is tried. You might have differences, but there's a bigger picture to that difference.
Good.
We might have a clash, just like what Burna Boy did recently. Nigerians are angry with him, but it does not mean that now how will I say it? Will now pray for his downfall. It does not mean we'll pray for it, because it's one of our own. If it does well, and that's why for all those things that happen, we pray that they do well. So I think I'll
Exactly.
just end it here so that I don't
Yeah, your
I
time is
don't
actually
go
up.
back. All right.
Your time is
Thank you.
actually up. Thank you so much, Ekene Samuel. Those were some beautiful points well espoused. And I want to say, if we can all have this clear mind of how the industry should operate, we will be far gone. Like, we will make progress. But then to have some set of people always saying this and that about our artists, trust me, they make their work difficult. If you are not closer to the artist, you will not know what they go through, bro.
Exactly. If
you are not closer to them,
no,
you will
listen
not
to
know
that
what they
stuff
go
too.
through.
Exactly. Listen to that stuff. Like I've always said, is that all this stuff that they bring up, it will kill their morale. It will definitely kill them. Okay,
look, it is killing them, bro. I know. Not even the small ones, even the bigger ones. All these things, it kills them.
Look at Famille. I know that Famille just released the song. Now the whole music, but a different thing altogether. And I remember, I know he went on one tour, so all those things.
Yeah, he was.
But what I would recommend is this. I would recommend that the OGs, Stonebwoy, Shatta Wale, and Sarkodie. These three people are very powerful. They're very powerful. Let's forget that some things that is outside their own control. But if these three guys should sit down or even have a seminar, just invite the Nigerians do this. So I don't know if you know, the Nigerians do this. You see Burna Boy, he went on tour, but when he came back to Nigeria, many of the guys many of the artists, he invited them. When Wizkid went for his own show in that same place, I even saw what's his name, Boo God, when he was criticizing some of the guys that, oh, you only smoke with Wizkid, but you cannot climb.
Yeah.
Nigerians were in that stadium, but did not climb the stage. Many came to show support. In that same, after the after party, they will all sit down. Wizkid will pass some knowledge to them. He will pass. So I want to challenge the three guys, the Shatta Wale, but I've called them Black, but Blacko is still an OG. He's still a new cat when you compare to the three guys. So let's even add Samini. Let's add Samini.
Exactly.
Zakode, Stonebwoy, these 4S. Let them have a session. Invite everybody. You can book a place. Invite everybody. Let them come and smoke, drink. But there has to be that conversation heart to heart amongst themselves. When they discuss, then they will they'll bring out some things that is affecting they themselves. We know that yes, finance has its own rule, but when you say some certain things, from that point, an agenda is built. From that point, an agenda is built that okay, now we might have our beef normal, yes. Yes, is not more than that.
We have something to achieve still.
Exactly. So I just recommend that those 4S organize something for the rest of the or a meeting that the others will not have available.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Thank you so much, Kenneth Samuel, for that one. Beautiful submission as well. This is your time to come in as well. This is Sammy Flex Connect, and today we are looking at a topic on my mind. I move with artists and understand what they go through. I talk to them, and I know how negativity is killing them. Just last week, I interviewed Frank Nero. Frank Nero was a movie star, now turned a musician. And he was telling me sometimes how he even cries because of some of the things people say about him online. And the fact that Asamoah has been his consolation all this while. So guys, let's stop this negativity in this game. It is not helping. Bruh.
Baba.
Ane papa mama.
Mama.
Mitimusu waba pa.
Charlie, but you know, sometimes it's good for some people to get ahead of us. You know, Atuahine sort of addressed most of my notes. So I'll be nice and let it be where it is.
Okay. So now, your time now, 04. You have 04, so start firing.
Okay, so now Fidelis said something like Shatta Wale should calm down. I want him to understand something. In the Ghana industry, it is not easy to get out of the scene after hitting so many walls, go into hibernation for 10 years, rebuild yourself up.
and by your own efforts, make sure your feet are planted in the system once again.
Mm-hmm.
So now, when you have the same people coming at you, there's no way you are going to take it easy on them.
True. True.
Okay? Now,
True.
so I want Fidelis to understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all these people, I want them to understand something. Before they will be able to understand whatever Shatta Wale says. When Shatta Wale says one thing, it means a whole lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
But because they are only seeing a spot, see, Shatta
Mm-hmm.
Wale, when he says something, it's like a white shirt with black writings in them.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the black writings are the spot, which is the sting in what he says.
Mm-hmm.
So they focus on the spot, which
Mm-hmm.
is the sting, but it is a whole picture he's painting.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, because of personal issues they have with him, they miss the point.
Mm.
It's the same way they addressed the French ambassador's statement.
Yeah.
He is
Yeah.
only saying make it easy on these boys to travel, period.
Mm-hmm. True.
She may have said something that they are looking at. Like, even if she says they should get diplomatic passports, who better to say that than an ambassador?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe she has a reason for saying that. Maybe as far as the Ghana circumstances and situations are concerned, it will be better to give these Ghanaian boys a diplomatic passport.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in another country, no.
Mm-hmm.
We have to look at it from different angles.
True.
And above all, these so-called industry gatekeepers and what have you, they should stop small boying these artists. They are busy small boying these artists so much that they don't see the good in them.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why they make such statements that sort of puts these guys down. Look at Black Rasta yesterday made it clear. Shatta Wale is what made all these artists start earning good money.
Yeah. Fact.
And me, I will advise Shatta Wale, look, it's about time you start focusing on yourself. Because look, these same colleagues that you are fighting for, because they like to be the industry darling boys, they like to
Mm-hmm.
make these industry gatekeepers happy. So they will
Mm-hmm.
always turn against what he's saying. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, they know that Shatta Wale is saying the right thing.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Example, look at Stonebwoy's manager now saying Nigeria is spearheading something,
Silence war.
blah, 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 blah. Abuane chi efidie chi abuane esunusunku.
Mm.
Ejani
Mm.
says esunusunku. You
Fact.
you went and sat in Nigeria studios calling your own colleague a lazy artist.
Mm-hmm.
Now the
Mm-hmm.
tables turn and your manager is screaming. Why shouldn't Shatta Wale tell your manager to keep quiet?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Shatta Wale, in spite of all his beefs with all these people, he still loves his colleagues like to the core. He loves them and he wants them to make it. And you can sense it in everything he says. Anytime he has an exclusive interview, he wants everybody to make it.
Mm-hmm.
The beef is an industry thing. It's a game they play. And I know all these people understand. But sometimes these colleagues of his take it so personal that they miss the point. Setawale he really loves them.
Mm.
He really loves them. Otherwise, he wouldn't care. Any ideas he has, he will not spit it out. He would rather be selfish.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Any
Yeah.
opportunity he has, he calls out. I mean, Luciano came to Ghana, was trying to disrespect Stonebwoy. Shatta Wale stood and spoke.
Yeah, some years ago.
You think Stonebwoy will do the same thing for Shatta Wale? Because he wants to be an industry darling boy. You see? But anytime the industry says something against him, then he will come back and say the same thing that Shatta Wale was saying before.
Mm. 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 Mm.
You understand? So, this roundtable thing can be set up, but when they walk in their separate ways, who is the one who is going to, behind closed doors, go against what they all agreed upon? You understand? Can you
Yeah.
imagine? Can you imagine the muscle they could have moved if Sarkodie stood his grounds and held up what he and Shatta Wale agreed on that show that they were supposed to play, that they were supposed to take $150,000 instead of going behind his back and taking the money? It would have set a bar because at the time they were the guys of the moment.
True.
So now you go take that money, and then your brother is the one who is being talked down upon. You see? So,
Fact.
and then you have people like Arnold and Ola and them coming to sit on TV saying whatever. Look, it is that song they sing on that show about Shatta Wale is getting old. They should come up with something new.
Mm. Mm.
It's getting old. We all know. We have established the fact. Look, right now, Sammy, what are they going to say about Shatta Wale that they've never said before?
That one is true.
Or what adjective would they use to describe Shatta Wale that would be a surprise to somebody who doesn't even know him?
And he's always been mentioned. That guy.
Exactly. That's why last week I told you.
Fidelis says he has bulletproof because the
Exactly.
bullet he's chopping that he's still standing.
Sammy, that's why I tell you, when that guy keeps quiet, look, when he went on holidays in Miami and he wasn't saying anything in the industry, what was happening?
Yeah, the
What was
industry
happening?
was quiet.
What was happening?
The
You
industry was
understand?
quiet.
Look, Shatta Wale want all his colleagues to make it big time. But you see, I'm finding home Kwashisha playing it down. Beyonce came to him. He didn't go. That's his style. He's not saying everybody should use his style.
Yeah.
When he develops that style, he knows what to do when the push comes to shove with that kind of style or that kind of approach. So if you don't know, come to him and let him show you. That's what he's pushing for, and people try to say, oh, he's trying to say he's the standard. No, he's seeing what everybody is not seeing. And me, I will keep saying this, that if all these people are backed by record labels, Sammy, and this guy, an independent artist, is still being thrown in your conversation, then my brother, there's something with the guy that you are all not seeing.
I agree. Once again.
There is something with the guy that you are all not seeing. Aseka is a Nigerian. He's part of the Nigerian agenda. Nigeria has pushed him to the top. And he's making it. So if he's making it, why is the Ghanaian? Was that a Ghanaian problem? Ghanaians should create their own template too. Void of all the negativities and favoritism and all that. Okay? They can say, look, Blacko is this and Shatta Wale is this and blah, blah, blah. Can Blacko stay on stage 7 hours and play a show?
No, he can't.
Okay.
He won't have the songs at the moment.
Who has done that? Who has done that?
Shatta Wale has done that.
Okay. Even if you take these old old folks, Kojo Cheese, even J Double Amble, the amount of hours that the number of hours Ambule will spend on a stage, Blacko can match it.
Okay, your last minute. Your time is up.
So what I'm trying to, all that I will say is, look, they should leave that gentleman alone. If they think somebody is writing he's the problem of the industry, if he's in the problem, leave him alone and let him dance to his music. Shatta Wale prefers to do something different from everybody, and that's okay. Nobody writes his music for him. Nobody is even putting money in his stage shows. Nothing. You understand? And they should leave him alone, and they should stop extending the anger to people who get close to him, who are ready to help him, because those people see the good in him. Lastly, where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. They should know the purpose for having an artist like Shatta Wale.
Thanks for preaching the word of God. Also for Nyamishrao. So for Wakasa. Thank you so much, Kwesi. God bless you. God bless you. All right, so I'm going to do two more, then I'm done. Two more people. Let me share the rest of the time. At least I have about 15 minutes. Let me share half, and we are done. Thank you so much, Bernard Kuban, for that beautiful submission as well. I'm sure we will make progress. With time, we will make progress. If everybody comes and we understand the agenda like this, I'm sure we will make progress. Of course, I think we try to come in. Post couldn't come. Rick Ma. Let me see. I have just 2 slots left. Then we are done for the day. Hey, man like Eriku.
Yeah. Good evening.
Big man, how are you doing?
I'm very fine, man.
Nice one. Nice seeing you again on the show. It feels good to know you are here again.
I am here.
Yeah, feels good to know.
So about the negativity issue, right? So there is what is happening in the industry currently right now is blame shifting. Nobody wants to take the blame for what's going on. That's what is just happening. If everybody blame the artist, why are you not feeling O2? The artist will say, it is the presenters. The presenters are not saying the good things. The presenter will say, me, that's not what I did though. Is the Ghanaian people, they are not streaming your song. The Ghanaian people will say, what do you mean by I'm not streaming your song? Your song is not sweet. Then they start on it. So everybody is just pushing blames. And personally, I think the entertainment industry is doing fine. Like what somebody said just now, they are doing fine until you start comparing with Nigeria. And then you forget that Africa has 54 countries. 54 countries. And in that 54 countries, you are considered to be top 3 when it comes to entertainment. I think that is the positive part that you should focus on and forget all this. Like I said, they are doing fine. But when you compare it to Nigeria, it looks like they are not doing anything. That is just it. Meanwhile, Africa has 54 countries. And these 54 countries, let me say 51 are not being talked about when it comes to entertainment. Just 3, like that is Nigeria, South Africa, and Ghana.
True.
And that is a very good thing to see. That is the positive part. So I feel like that is what should be focused on instead of this comparison. And I also think there is an issue of, should I say, entitlement, which is weird. I'll give you an example with Afro Nation. Afro Nation is organized by a Nigerian. And almost every single one has at least one Ghana artist performing. At least. I can't remember when there was one that didn't have any Ghanaian artist.
I think ever since 2019, when they started coming to Ghana, so far, almost everywhere they go to, there is one Ghanaian or 2 on their platform.
Exactly. So the Nigerian organization you would say, if they decide to have just Nigeria on the bill, they're actually going to sell well. If they decide to have just Nigeria, but they decide to put a Tanzanian, there's Ghana, there is South Africa, like it is shared, everybody is there. But the complaint is, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah, but the steady complaint of why is it just one Ghanaian? Meanwhile, you can if you add more than one Ghanaian, for example, now in the what's it called? The stuff, the time thing that Stonebwoy shared that is performing around 320.
Yeah, 325.
The day before then, Diamond performed 322.
Diamond Platinum.
Yes, that was the same time he performed 320. And you would argue that, like I said, I will not say between Diamond and Stonebwoy, who is the bigger artist. I wouldn't. It's all for argument to anybody. But if Diamond can perform 320, even before them, last year Ruga performed in the afternoon. Buju performed in the afternoon. All these people performed in the afternoon. So if it's the time thing, I feel like if that is really the reason why Stonebwoy decided not, I feel like maybe something happened, like change the time. But if it's that 320 that made him decide not to perform, that is very. I would say if it's like a upcoming artist, I would say the upcoming artist is not serious. Or saying that time is his issue after you have been paid. Like I feel like for someone to call you to their show, it's already showing that this I don't hate you. Come and perform. So if you now come and say, "Oh, I don't like the way this is like this is like," you are supposed to manage because they have called you already. That is how it worked. You are supposed to manage something, no matter how bad it is, and grow to it. So this whole what's it called, negativity in the industry, it just comes from the comparison. And after you compare, somebody has to take blame for it, and nobody wants to take the blame. That's just what's happening. They say, why is your industry not as big as Nigerian? Somebody has to take a blame. The artists blame the people blame the artists okay, say now blame the media blame somebody back. Everybody just blaming each other. That's what's happening. So that's where the negativity comes from. They just have to see the positive part that in Africa there is 54 countries. I think everybody needs to sit down and think about this again. In Africa, there is 54 countries, and you are considered top 3. I think that is enough thing to be happy about instead of this what's it called?
The blame game.
What's it called? Consistency.
The blame game. Okay.
Another problem is consistency. I feel like there was a time that Sako there, if he continued what he was doing, he was going to get as big as Wizkid as at that time, because he was selling out arenas. Like arenas that people didn't. It was recently that somebody sold it out and they said he was the first person. Meanwhile, Sarkodie has done it before.
Eric,
so it's consistent.
Eric, someone called your phone, huh?
Yes.
The person,
but I'm not using mobile, so I don't know why it affects me because I'm using Wi-Fi.
The person blocking you. Oh, that one. The moment the call comes, it will affect you. It has been happening to me all the time.
Okay.
No, so you can still say what you are saying to wrap up. I can hear you. I can't see you, but I can hear you. So you can still say what you want to say to wrap up.
Okay, yeah. Basically, is the blame game is the issue. So you just have to, everybody need to like see the positive parts. Everybody is trying to. Nobody wants to take the blame that this is why we are not getting to where we are. So that is just what's happening. That is negative. That is what's breeding negativity, basically. If it's about comparison, unfortunately, it can't stop because
for Ghana comparison, it can't stop.
Yeah, Ghana and Nigeria, we kind of see each other as one. And in a family, when if like say in your family you have 2 sons and one son is doing better than you are going to always tell the son that's not doing well, like, can't you see your brother? So it's not going to stop. If it's that one, that is not the issue. Is the people are blaming each other. Nobody know who the problem is, and nobody wants to accept. This one say it's you, the other one say no, it's not me, it's this person. This person say no, it's not me, it's that person. See, that's why the what's it called? The Ghanaian audience will say, no, it's not me. You're not doing good music. That is a big lie. Ghana is doing good music. Ghana is doing good music. The only reason they are saying that is because they are being blamed for not doing well. So they are saying it's because of they are not playing the song. That's why. Meanwhile, that's not the issue. It's just what's it called? Consistency and promotion, basically. So yeah, let me leave before So nobody see me.
Thank you so much, Eric, for coming again. We appreciate you. Do come again some other time. Let me do the very last one. Then we can wrap. Up. I think it has been good so far. I've gotten some more information, some more knowledge in the conversation, and I pray that other platforms will also be thinking like this. Sometimes the platforms that you even think are more bigger, more influential, more impactful, that they will take us some of these conversations for the whole industry to be affected. Unfortunately, you go there and the story is rather different. Unfortunately, you go there and what you have been crying about, that is what they are preaching. And sometimes it is worrying, as a matter of fact. Sometimes it is so disturbing. Like, when you think, oh, if these people take it up, we are sure going to get somewhere with it, because they have some people listening to them, but they don't. Well, my last one will be Augustino, my good brother from Finland. We are closing at 9:30, so I give him the last 4 minutes and we close. Brah, soke.
Good evening, Sammy Flesh.
It's okay. I can't see your face. So bring your camera down a little bit. Let me see your face.
Yeah, this is me.
Now I can see your face. Looking very good as usual.
Thank you.
It's Finland cold. It's Finland cold.
Yeah, no, it's not that cold, but because it's you're already in the night, so
yeah.
So you can feel the coldness, and I'm working.
I can see. The moment I saw you were not at home and you're in the car, I knew my man is on the road.
Yeah, I'm working. So
very beautiful. Okay, so because you are working, you wrap up the whole conversation for us today.
I think a lot of people already said maybe what I have in my mind. So what we need to do is just go back to the drawing table, and you call, like, let me take you as the leader, or not leader, but example. You go to the drawing table and you look to the industry and you call everyone you think will be available. So you have a meeting. So this is the problem. This is what we are facing. So how can you do it right? Okay, you are a DJ, you are a promoter, you are this. So let's bring ideas. So after you gathering and have a one direction, then you call the artist. This is what you have on board. This is what we are trying to do to help you guys. And we want you two to do this, so that the more we do it together, we can push it together. So it will be agenda not for only one artist, for all the artists. You are just push every artist, either Stoneboy, Shatta Wale, Kiddy, Kwame Yuji, or you are pushing. Just let's say you have a plan of pushing 10 artists. So any negativity that will come, you use it but not much. You base on the positivity.
True.
Yeah, you just based on the positivity to sell the artist out. So maybe let's say something pops up which is negative. Okay, you guys can use, everyone can use 2 minutes because everyone want a market. So 2 minutes, and then the next thing you bring back the positivity. Because the negativity, anytime is the negativity, you can see that negativity continues almost a month. You see the problem. But if it's like positivity is like going on 3 weeks and the negativity is 1 week, I don't think we have a problem. I think we push the agenda forward. So it's like someone have to go to the drawing board and then calling people one by one. I think, okay, maybe let me call, example, Adidosty, or let me call Abeku Santana, or let me call this person because I need this. Let me call Kobiche, or someone. Then let's come together and then have a solution. How can we do it? But if no one is standing, so let me stand and let's starting calling people. we are standing at the same place, and we are not pushing anything. We are just pushing the negativity because
and we're not making any progress.
that is the problem.
I agree.
That is the problem.
Fact. I agree. We have tried something like that. I think last December, we tried to put together a party of a sort. I think I even announced here,
Yeah,
and
I know. I know that party. Yeah, but
some few
it didn't happen.
some few people even support. No, the party happened all right, but
Okay.
the agenda we wanted to discuss at the party did not happen because at that time, what we were going to do is we wanted more of the industry people that we invited could have come, so that whilst we were eating, drinking, and dancing, we could also discuss some of these shows. Can you imagine that? That party, Shatta Wale alone contributed like $1,000 for us to do that party. I'm telling you this honestly.
Wow.
Yes. When I told him we needed to buy gold, we needed to do this, he said, Charlie, Sammy, come for some $1,000 and just go and add it to. And he brought it to us.
Okay, then record that party and make a small letter and write on the letter what you guys are about to discuss on that day to everyone you are inviting. Yeah, then they'll know that okay, so this is what you are going to do. Okay, you have fun and at the same time discuss about something. Then
Exactly.
let me go on time so that we can that will help the system.
Very well. Very well.
Otherwise, we will be insulting people up and down, up and down. You saw this person and this person saw this person, and then we put blame on this one, we put blame on that person, and it's like the blame will be going all over, and then that will be happening. That's what I think.
Thank you so much. Okay, we are sure going to push this. When it is time, I'll let you know as well.
No problem.
Thank you
We keep
so
in
much,
touch, Mr. Sammy.
Sure, we will. We'll keep in touch at the other side.
Good night, and greetings to everyone.
Sure, they will get it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Beautiful evening it has been so far. And let me say, I appreciate every other person who has supported this particular show. 2 hours non-stop back-to-back conversation. We had over 100 people online at a point listening, and that is good. If we have 100 people and the 100 people are also able to influence 10 others over what we discussed, and the 10 also influences 10, it means we are conquering thousands. Sammy Flex, I believe in the small achievement you can do than to just be there without achieving any other thing. On this note, I want to say a special thank you to you. Next Sunday, we pray that nothing crosses us, so we meet again here on the channel. God bless you for your contribution. Those who spend time to speak, those who even watched throughout it and they did not even speak, you guys are the reason we are crossing 100. Let me also say special thanks to Intim Dodo Solomon Chemo, who has been the shadow producer of this particular content. And special greetings to our brothers from Nigeria for always. Of course, one of my friends could not join, of course, but I pray that next week, of course, Atibe will be able to join. Cap, cheers!